Winslow comes in for Noel. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Different look for New York. Kevin Seraphin is checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Grant. Yeah, Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him, given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim.
Bosch, a screen on Calderon. And Chalmers kicks to Winslow. Back to Chalmers. No luck.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Calderon dishes to Williams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
At the line for 2.
Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Winslow kicks to Bosch. Stoudemire the pass to Bosch. 3-pointer, and he gets. To go. Bosch has got 5 now.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Calderon kicks to Seraphin. Back to Calderon. New York needs to get off a shot. And it's Williams finishing it off.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Stoudemire, right side. It's deflected. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 5. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Aflalo is out there with Calderon. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Williams at the 4 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. And that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Grant dishes to Lopez. Feeds it to Aflalo. Pass to Grant. Banked in off the glass. Grant's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Green passes to Wade. Fires the 3. Green, no luck. The Knicks leading by 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Grant gets a wide open look. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Grant's got 5 points in the quarter.
14.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand. But freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
And the Heat making a change here. Bosch is checked in. Whiteside kicks to Dang. Wing shot on the way. And off the glass. That one's good. Tang's got his first 2 points.
I tell you, it's absolutely amazing how easy Dang makes it look with shots like that. I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside Anthony. Kicks to Williams. Back to Anthony. And he slams it one-handed.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lopez a screen. Grant dishes to Lopez. The kick out to Williams. Off target with his 3. The Heat trail by 11. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And again, Luol Deng. Deng's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Anthony with the screen on Dragic. Grant the pass to a Flower. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call. You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back at the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Williams. And then for Miami, Amare Stoudemire. He's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. The kick out to Bosh. Back to Wade.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second.
Grant against Chalmers. Passes it to Porzingis. Shoots from the baseline. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
There's Winslow. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
New York calls timeout. And one thing about Mario Chalmers last season, he really had to play a different role. And it took him some time, Greg, to get used to.
Yeah, anytime your team loses a superstar like LeBron James, other guys get asked to do a little bit more. Mario was asked to be more of an aggressive scorer, a role that isn't so easy to jump into after 6 years of being that 4th or 5th option in the offense.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Stoudemire. Deng comes in for Winslow. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. There's the pick. And Chalmers kicks to McRoberts. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time.
Mario Chalmers.
You know, going back to Mario Chalmers last year, guys, I mean, having to take on more of a scoring role was tough for him. His field goal percentage dropped 50 points from the season before. His three-point percentage dropped even more. His assist numbers were down. Well, I bet you part of that was the fact LeBron was no longer there.
He feeds it to Green. Oh, good with the triple. The Knicks leading by 9. Now here's Anthony. 8 points for him. Goes up off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
no chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have